Making beautiful films is not hard. All it takes is some gut, some will, and some great storytelling. Don't focus on the gear. In this video, we're going to be breaking down this simple fashion film and how you can replicate these techniques to make your projects look way better. So, roll film.
Nah, that was good, East, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, it was really good. Oh, we gotta get moving though. We gotta get to the pop-up. We don't want to be late.
Maybe, dude. Hold on. Bro, where my keys at?
Bro, check the DG bag, bro.
Nah, you dead right. Hold on.
Bro, you seen my keys? No, I ain't seen your keys. I've been out here for 10 minutes, bro. Hold on. I'm trying to find them. I don't know what these doing in here. I go, come help me, bro. What?
Bro,
I don't know what's that doing there.
bro, you literally have everything in here
Little
that you
artsy
don't need.
crafts.
It's too
Hold on.
hot to be out here, bro.
Hold on, bro. I think I found them.
Okay.
Yeah. I bet. We out. Dang.
Bro, look at this pile.
Bro, it's not my fault the bag is too deep.
Honestly, it actually is.
You're not wrong, bro. Alright, come on, we out.
I hope you know I'm not putting that back.
And this was all shot with my A7S III, the Sigma 18-35, and just natural light. The whole concept of this video was just to show exactly how deep the bag was and how resourceful it is. So let's talk about planning. Now, this looks like a fairly simple video shot on a brick wall, but we actually did put a lot of thought into finding the location. We found a small section of town and we wanted to give it like you were actually walking on the street. But in actuality, it was actually just the side of a store in a parking lot. Now, obviously we use natural lighting, but there are ways to use natural lighting strategically. Because you can shoot in natural lighting and it can look horrible. But what we did was to find right at the side of the building, we waited until the sun was lower in the sky purposely. When it comes to natural lighting, you have to keep in mind what time of day is the best to actually shoot. Usually, the best time to shoot in natural lighting is when the sun is lower in the sky, to where it's, how you say, maybe at an angle. Harsh lighting can make everything look bad, but the whole gist of shooting with lighting and shooting with natural lighting is to get a soft roll of light onto that specific subject. There was multiple sides towards the building, but what we chose to do was to shoot with the sun hitting the actors directly on their face, but it was low in the sky, so that provided a soft look. If we shot in bright sunlight, we would have had to use things such as diffusions to make it look like it's less harsh. But to keep our subjects lit properly, we decided to shoot around 3 to 4 p.m. as the sun was lower in the sky. So from the left side, this is where the sun is placing down on our subject, so it's hitting it at an angle so I can create more contrast to the face. In a way, the wall to the right does act as a negative fill because it's absorbing the light, which in turn makes our footage look more contrasty, which appeals to the cinematic look. Then in this shot here, we have the light from the sun bouncing directly down, and then we have a piece of foil inside that can reflect the light back onto their faces. In our last shot, you can see this is where the sun is directly on them. Ideally, I didn't want this, but this is what I had to work with. If I had more crew, maybe like a scrim, some diffusion, it probably would have worked better, but you know, it is what it is. As you can see here, this is what you use as a bounce. So as you can see, this side of my face is darker. All I have to do is angle it towards the light and it provides some more light onto my face. Or we can do this, which is the darker side, and it will add more contrast. So if I take this and I put it closer to my face, you can see it makes it darker. When it comes to storytelling, I don't like to just flat out tell the audience exactly what you're watching. I like to grab them and subconsciously piece everything together. So as you can see with our actors, they're walking and they're talking about how they're going to be late to the pop-up shop, indicating that this is about fashion. As you can see later, I highlight the badge specifically to show this is what we're showcasing, which is why it's good to have close-up shots, medium shots, but whenever something needs to be amplified or to be signified, The goal is to get a close shot so it fills the frame and it shows the audience exactly what the story might be about. So we show the bag, and then afterwards we have this nice shot of them setting down the bag, him saying, "Man, we're gonna be late to the pop-up shop. Where's my keys?" The guy says, "Check the DG bag." He opens the bag, and now you can see we immerse the viewer into the story. And that's why I always preach to get multiple angles, because the audience needs to be engaged. It needs to be different angles, different creative angles, just so you can immerse them in the story. Hence why I placed my camera inside of the bag and made them pick up different things around it. From here, you can hear the guy say, we've been out here for 10 minutes, we're piecing things out. And then afterwards, he shows his keys, and then he shows that, dang, the bag is that deep. It can hold everything you need. It's really not rocket science, but when you actually break it down to its core, you actually realize that everything was strategically placed. And that's how storytelling can play a part and make your images come to life. Now, when it came to editing, this was actually director's cut. The original had way too much going on. The original edit had basically them going in the bag for about 40 seconds. But afterwards, I decided it was too much. The goal is to retain the audience, and the goal is to have them saying, what's next, to have their eyes glued on the screen. Without cutting out that 30-second of them looking in the bag, I decided to switch to a montage, and that's how we did it. The ending scene, I had no one else, and they were far away. So all I did was simply just record the audio after the fact. And a lot of times, movies do this, where they dub the track so that the audio sounds better, and so that you can have more flexibility when dealing with audio.
Nations you must be hearing. A pack of lies, I guarantee you. You've heard the story.
She's completely unable to deal.
The father lives in Europe somewhere. They haven't reached him.
So I had them say the lines once, all the way over there, and then afterwards we recorded them talking. This really shows you that all you really need is a story, a good story, some good storytelling, some basic techniques, and you can make anything pop. This was one of my first fashion films where the brand posted it and they got a lot of engagement, even though it was a fairly simple video. But sometimes simplicity is best. Now, if I could go back and redo it, I would use things such as bounce boards to reflect the light back onto the subject, or diffusion to soften the sun, add scrims. This is what usually people use when they're outside. But I had no resources. All I had was my camera, my tripod, and my phone to capture some audio. And that was basically it. Really quick, really simple video. I just wanted to put this out there and let you guys know that gear really does not matter. It is the story, and it's how you execute that story. But this was a really simple film that I just wanted to break down. We're gonna have more behind the scenes from our more complex commercials or films. And I want you guys to stay tuned to my next video, because I will be breaking down actual lighting and how I go about lighting things, whether it's natural light or artificial light. If you like this, let me know. Leave a subscribe, leave a comment. I'm out.